A lot of intros. Never had one when I've been called the Fun Crusher before. I appreciate that, fellas. Thanks, buddy. Firstly, I would like to thank the students of Jacob Hesper for creating and organizing this tribute for Hatter today. I also want to thank you for how you've conducted yourselves over the last 13 months. Hatter would be proud. You probably don't realize this, but we draw strength from you. 1998 was a great year. Jackson White was born. I became the athletic director, and we were able to hire Hatter. Mark had already been at 3 previous schools, and his impact was huge. When Hatter came to Jacob Hesper, he told me that he had not been at a school long enough to see a class go from grade 9 to 13 and then graduate. That first class was a special class for Hatter. It included Mr. Magicomo. It was also a time when our gym walls were merely painted concrete. The tradition and the banners did not exist. Where does all this start? It starts on the first day in grade 9 phys ed class. You're working harder than you ever have in your life. Then you realize, hey, the teacher's doing this with me. You then earn a nickname like Eggshells, Fergie, or Motor City Smitty. After class, the teacher puts his arm around you and says, great job today. I'll see you on the football field after school. And so it begins, a teacher-student relationship that is like no other. I think Facebook and Twitter would convince us of that. However, something you might not know. Nothing got Hatter more upset than if a student or an athlete turned in a subpar assignment or performance. Mistakes he could handle, lack of effort, or mediocrity, that would get him pulling on his shirt sleeves or pointing that famous left index finger in the phys ed office, telling us what was wrong with kids, parenting, and education today. Man, he got hot. I miss that so much. It was genuine. I think it is safe to say that Jacob Hesper has a fairly cool weight room. There's a funny story about how the weight room got started. Originally, the plans were for 2 health rooms and bleachers up top. Construction went over budget, and we were left with a concrete cavern. I was waiting for our principal at the time, Mr. Laval, to give me the green light to make it into a weight room. Hatter said, Whitey, you can wait for Laval. I'm having my class start moving equipment over today. It was up there where Hatter would perform some of his greatest teaching. Down here, we just thought it was an AC/DC concert. Former student Jeff Paddock always told me his dream in life was to make a sitcom about the Jacob Hesper phys ed department, not unlike Seinfeld. I have the first 10 episodes in a can ready to go. Number 1, Roop and Hatter go on a camping trip. Number 2, Hatter getting in Dahmer's kitchen on just about anything, really. Number 3, McCallum meets Tom Brady while at a Bruin game with Boston and Hatter. In Boston with Hatter. Number 4, Frainer and Hatter hit the casino. Some of these are true, by the way. Number 5, Nordy and Hatter bottle some red wine at a vineyard in Tuscany. Number 6, Hatter teaches Magic how to talk to girls. Ant's pretty good at lifting heavy stuff, but Hatter's smooth. Peterson and Scouron take Hatter shopping for some new sleeveless t-shirts. Stoddard and Hatter visit a pub. That could be a 2-part episode. Birchie and Jensen host a workshop for Hatter, how to submit important materials on time. Number 10, Hatter finally convinces Whitey, aka the Fun Crusher, to play dodgeball. I think the honor guard performed by the football players at last Friday's memorial service demonstrated Mark's impact on his players. This sticker was worn by all our players this year. Prior to each game, we talked briefly about the expectations and responsibilities of wearing this sticker. Compete fiercely, represent your school with class, respect your opponent, officials, and teammates. Do the right thing. In future years, this logo will be a permanent fixture on our jerseys, close to our heart. This helmet was awarded to our top defensive player after every game. Honestly, by the players' reactions, you would have thought there was $1 million check inside. They just wanted to be the holder of the Hatter helmet for 1 week. One of Hatter's favorite TV shows was PTI. So in the words of Tony Kornheiser, I'm going to get you out of here on this. There hasn't been much positive in the last 13 months. Hatter loved to turn a negative into a positive. One positive. Thanks to you, the students, Hatter was able to realize the impact he had on his students. The Hatter Strong event, as well as posts on Facebook and Twitter, humbled Mark and his family. But as I told him several times, he deserved it. A second positive. I know a lot of people grew much closer during this journey. To me, this is one of Hatter's greatest attributes. He brought people together. So hopefully we can listen to Hatter, slow down, smell the roses, be kinder, be gentler. We love you, Hatter. Thanks for giving your students such strong roots and powerful wings.